Hi, this is the Aging Hippie Speaks. Yes, it's Andy, and it's during the day. Hallelujah. You can see me in all my glory. uh, I'm cold always in the morning. So, my housemate is going through menopause and has hot flashes. So the air conditioning is always on in the main room, which is where I spend most of my time. And so unless I keep putting layers on until the day gets warmer, uh, I have to cover up. These caftans are polyester. They don't breathe. Oh, excuse me. So, yeah, they're warm enough. And when I'm out in the living room until the air gets warmer, oh, excuse me, I've been drinking beer, sorry. I stay under a comforter on the love seat. I don't know if it's just age and I'm colder now. I don't know. But it's annoying. It's annoying for me, and I know it disturbs her because she really needs the AC during the day. And generally, I really don't, but it's fine. I meant to make a video last night, but I was really, really tired. And I actually took something to make sure I went to sleep, and I did, and I had a pretty good rest. But the next time I will show you my Chloe, my baby girl, my 17-year-old poodle, who is spry as they come. And she's my bed buddy every night. She asks to be, tells me it's time to go in. You know, even if I'm not ready and it's only 8:30 in the evening, she says, let's go. And so, like a good mom, I do. And so we sit in here in my bedroom, which I absolutely adore. I adore having my space. Not only that, but it's also beautiful. And maybe at another time I'll show it to you. But it's decorated exactly as I like. My housemate got me a Himalayan salt lamp that is on a dimmer. So at night I can turn it on and dim it really low. And so just keep a glow in the room, which I like a lot, because the real dark, as you may imagine, because of things I've talked about before, is a little tension making. It doesn't scare me so much anymore, but it does cause me a bit of tension. But I'm so glad you guys are hanging in with me. And before I forget, I just want to promote another YouTube channel that is absolutely awesome, and that is Reign, Reign, the poet. She's a good buddy of mine, and she's a writer, a thinker, a feeler, and just awesome to listen to. I listen to her all the time, and she's really quite inspiring, quite inspiring. So please check her out too. Okay, now for me. Yeah, I don't want to talk about PTSD anymore. I think I've covered that subject, and I should probably say I should have put a warning on that video for anybody, because a lot of people suffer from it and don't really realize they do. I did for a long time and did not know that's what it was. But it comes from experiencing traumatic events in your life that you somehow allow to scar your psyche, but don't walk through your life feeling all the time and behaving dictated by it all the time. So there are only certain times that you're triggered during the day or night by your PTSD. But I do remember I was talking about eating disorders, and I would like to continue that maybe just for a little bit. This is going to be awfully short, really. As I've already said to you, what I did to my body with eating disorders, particularly laxatives, which I eventually stopped only because I was eating so little and shitting so much, and it just hurt. And one day I finally said to myself, I'm tired of being in pain that way. So I stopped. I went cold turkey on that kind of stuff. And I actually started eating. And interestingly, what I craved was protein. I craved peanut butter, and sometimes peanut butter and jelly. I craved fish. I craved chicken. When I would go out to eat in those early days of starting to eat again, omelets. Oh my goodness, how I miss cheese. I love cheese. I'm allergic to dairy, but I love cheese. And it just makes me mucusy, you know. I think it does that for a lot of people. But omelets, they were my thing. More eggs, more cheese, more, I don't know, anchovies, anything salty. Love that too. And salty and savory. I wasn't much of a sweet needer at that time. I do like sweets a little bit now, especially ice cream, which is also dairy, and I probably shouldn't eat it. But yeah, I do like that. I'm not much of a cake and icing person, but I know lots of people who love their cake and ice cream icing. And you know, for my birthday, I wanted a cheesecake. You know, it ended up not happening, but not because anyone forgot or anything. It just seemed unnecessary at the time. And I had a great birthday this year, so I can't complain. And right now I'm not craving cheesecake. But when I lived in New York, deli cheesecake, New York cheesecake, oh, my friends, there's nothing like it. Nothing like it. I mean, some people like light and fluffy cheesecake. I like the dense and thick New York deli cheesecake. That's me. And you can get it at Walmart if you go to their bakery, which is just awesome and fresh every day. And fortunately, we have one not far from where we live. And even though we're very rural, it's a blessing to have that store to go to, and was particularly during the pandemic, because they took orders over the phone with a food stamp card, and all we had to do was go pick it up. It was great. But as far as cheesecake goes, they do make a really good cheesecake. And one of these days I'll get one. But not right now. But as far as eating disorders go, what they've done to my body, I probably won't ever really know the extent of the harm I did by choice. Probably not until I die. You know, I don't know if it's affected my lung disease. I know it's affected my arthritis, which isn't real bad, but bad enough to be annoying, especially in the morning before I move around. And it certainly affected my mouth, as you see. My teeth just started falling out one at a time. And even right now, I've got a loose one that's about to go. But there's no one to blame. It was my choice. I did it. I had no idea what the repercussions would be. And now I gotta own that choice because it's where my path took me. And, I can still chew some things, not the way I'd like. And my housemate is a chef, I think I've said, like professional chefs. She's a true chef as far as understanding seasonings and what goes with what, and cooking food to perfection, and inventing sauces and dishes, all just because she understands the nature of combinations of things. And having never enjoyed eating, she's taught me two things. Number one, that I have hypoglycemia, which means my blood sugar dips usually around 3 or 4 in the afternoon. And that if I don't eat, I feel terrible and have no idea why. And honestly, the only medication for that is some food. And she taught me that. And now I know. And I forget what I was going to say. I truly am 74, guys. Yeah, I forget where I was going with that, because she did teach me two things. And I guess the other thing would be, if my memory is still kind of there, is that food is not the enemy, which is what my mom taught me. And that my size is what it is, especially at 74. I'm not going to be a stick figure like I was for so many years, because I was driven by societal norms for white women, and by a childhood where I had a mother who was driven by that too. And so I know food is not the enemy. And I have developed a taste for food that tastes good. And I'm blessed that my housemate knows what I like and makes it all the time. And she also knows I'm willing to try stuff that we're not sure of. She likes very spicy, hot things. And she makes something that's not very spicy. She always puts hot sauce on it. Well, I'm not there yet, but I am to the green chili place. I can tolerate those. And I know that things like cayenne and some spicy things are actually quite good for your gut, and also for inflammation in the body, which God knows most people who don't even know it and aren't as old as I am do have. Inflammation is rampant in human beings because we don't eat well. And so my tolerance for hot, spicy things is getting better, and I do allow her to increase incrementally the heat in my food. I'm not ready for hot sauce, and I may never be ready for hot sauce, but that's okay, and I don't think my housemate cares much if I ever get there. We're just different people, and our tastes are different too. But here I am during the day, so you can see me, like I said, in all my gorgeousness. And my feet are cold. My hands and feet are usually pretty cold, which just says, and they always have been, which just says my circulation ain't great. but I just did laundry, and stuff is in the dryer, including incredibly soft, yummy socks that I will put on my feet immediately that stuff dries, and feel warm and cozy, and of course it's getting later in the day, so the heat, for some bizarre reason, here in New Mexico, where it started finally getting autumnal, it's been in the 90s the last few days, and it's a crazy shit. So even I have to put my air conditioner on in my bedroom at night because my blanket, my comforter, is very warm, and Chloe is always there, but usually Maxie Doodle leaps on, and he's a bigger, heavier dog who carries a lot of heat in his body, and he makes it hot sometimes. If he comes under the blankets, yeah, absolutely. So, but it's still my joy to have him in bed with me. It's all great. I love my babies, my fur babies in bed with me. So I do use the air conditioner in my room on and off all night, which doesn't make for a continuous restful sleep, but it makes for a more comfortable one temperature-wise. I've been thinking about writing a little bit lately, and I may. I'm not really ready to write any poetry, and I'm not sure that I ever did, except when I lived in the UK and some of that stuff. Maybe someday I'll read a couple of things, because they were quite something. But that was decades and decades ago, in another lifetime, and I don't write like that anymore. So most of what I write is prose. As an aging hippie speaks. And, if you want, you can find me on Instagram. But there's, at the moment, not much there because I did leave there and close my account for a short time. But I'm so glad to see you guys during the day. When I don't have air up my nose, I'm doing really, really good with my breathing right now. Better than anybody predicted. Better than even I thought I would. And I believe with my whole heart that no matter what is going on in my lungs, no matter how bad the scarring is and all that, I don't think my lungs are going to be the death of me. Not at all. And that makes me very happy. I feel like I'm around for a good long time, at least longer than anybody predicted. So there you go. And that's about it for me right now. I see it's gone almost 20 minutes, and that's kind of long for people's attention. Thanks for hanging in, guys. I am so grateful that anyone tunes in to my channel, and you hang in too, and stay safe, please. Mask up if you're in the U.S., because the virus is not doing well here. No, even if you're vaccinated, and I am, but take good care of yourselves, all right? And thank you so much, with love, from me.